All right, so welcome back. This is my mock draft 2.0. I'm going to do it live with you guys. Maybe throw some highlights into these guys while I talk about them. So let's get right into it. The NBA draft starts today, so it's a good time to get my second one in. I'm probably going to get 4 in, one more mid-series, and then I'm going to do one final 4.0 most likely around right before the draft, maybe on that Tuesday, Wednesday. But with the first pick, I'm not going to make anything different. I'm going to take Alex Sarr. It doesn't matter what the Atlanta Hawks do, if they trade Trae Young or DeJounte, or they're not going to extend Clint Capella, but if they trade him or even keep him for a year, I just think they might even do a retool where they trade like DeAndre Hunter somewhere. They obviously could move Clint Capella. They do have Big O under contract, but he's not really a true 5, I think, that can start every night. So his versatility, Sar's, is just he can play on the perimeter. He's obviously going to play down low, block shots. He can rim run. He's confident in taking his shot. It's not there yet, but if he's confident and he's got good mechanics, then he can always develop it. So we'll just go with him, number 1. And this leaves the Wizards. Nikola Topic was a big decision. I was about to put him on the Wizards. I was really about to take him, and I love Ricochet. I watched Ricochet during the playoffs in the LNB, but with Topic's partial ACL tear, I'm not gonna take him there. But with Ricochet, he's not the greatest fit, so I didn't know if I should take someone else. But I am gonna go with. This is going to be my second mock, so I am going to go with the Wizards still, even with Topic. Even though he is hurt now, it could be I sit out a year like a Joel Embiid, a Blake Griffin, a Ben Simmons. All these guys sat out and became all-stars. So, I'm just going to take him because I was supposed to do this mock yesterday before the injury news came out. So I'm just going to keep it there because I kind of have it in mind, my mock already written down. But we'll see if I change the next ones. I want to see how much that impacts like his draft stock. It's a partial tear, so I know Kawhi, I'm pretty sure, had one. He sat out the whole year because he still had to have the same surgery, I'm pretty sure. But we'll see about that. But I do think they really do need a true point guard to run that team. And Ricochet is good, but his upside doesn't scream. Like, it screams like perfect number 3 role player, like Michael Porter Jr. level with like Jokic and Jamal Murray. But I don't know if it screams like superstar or all NBA or I can lead a team or I can even be a Batman or a Robin. But we'll see. But with the third pick, Ricochet's available. That would be a great pick. I do think they trade this pick, and I am going to do a trade because the last one I did not do trade. And I'm going to trade with Brooklyn. And let's see. Trade partner. We are going to go with Brooklyn. I know they won't trade Mikal Bridges. They keep saying they won't trade him, but I think that's a mistake. They don't even have a pick in this draft. So they'll trade this pick. They're going to trade, obviously, other picks as well. But this is going to be for Mikal Bridges. So, trust me, they're going to trade other picks. I don't have time to go in detail with that. It'll probably be like 3 first for Mikal. And, will they have to trade salary cap? Yeah, but they have guys like Jeff Green and expiring guys like who's that other guy they have on their team? That big guy from the Suns, I think. He's got like an $8 million non-guaranteed, so like you throw him in 8 and 8. That's 16. So yeah, you could throw some other guys, and I'm pretty sure there's someone else. But maybe you throw in a young player. Maybe they throw in Jalen Green. I doubt it, but maybe. So that's what we go with that pick. And now the Nets are on the clock, and I do think the Nets will take Ricochet. I think he's going to be their Mikal Bridges replacement in a sense, but he's young. He's a good guy to build around, just like they tried doing with Mikal, so it kind of fits the same. Now we got the Spurs. I've been hearing a lot of rumbling with Stephon Castle. He fits their thing. Is he going to be there at 8? Are they going to be there this? Depending on the teams that need Castle, because I do think the Hornets need him a lot, I am going to take him right here. Because I do think the Hornets really need Castle. I think he'd be a great fit next to LaMelo. So we are going to take him here because the Spurs know like he most likely won't be on the clock. And now this is a perfect fit. I would go with Matas. A lot of the mocks I've done, I had Matas Bazelis going to Detroit because Reed usually went to the Rockets. But now Reed's here. He can be a great guy who can shoot. This team needs shooting. This team needs someone to play next to Cade. And I think this might be a perfect fit. I know he's from Kentucky. It's kind of near Detroit in a sense. So he's going back home pretty much. Let's see. All right, so the Hornets now. Let's see. Let's go to they don't need Matas. He is going to fall. Rob Dillingham would be interesting next to LaMelo. They kind of serve the two purpose, so I am going to go. It's either Klingon or Ron Holland. It is Klingon or Ron Holland. It just depends on if Mark Williams can stay healthy, what they believe in Mark Williams. Let's watch some videos of these guys because it's really up to, I think this is Ron Holland, yeah. Oh.
Franklin University makes it possible.
Advance into.
So Ron Holland stats: 20.7 rebounds, 2.3 steals, almost a block a game. His 3.2 was.
Get out the 5 on the shot clock. Holland stays right in front, and he picks his pocket. Here comes Ignite. 2-on-1. Holland!
Explosiveness, like he can't shoot right now. I mean, his shot form is bad. It's a little long. Takes it up from the bottom, but Holland, I mean, he can hit shots.
The McDonald's game, and so a lot of those guys would come in, and from day one, you knew up to show people that he could really play, and boy, could he play.
I mean, even
here's Holland. With a crossover, step back to the three. Coach for your NBA G League Ignite said he didn't want to install too many plays, just want to let the guys play free, have fun. So now Ignite has to see if they can match that level of intensity on the glass. Here's Holland. Also now, Michael Frazier, Norris Cole.
Explosiveness. I mean, it's insane.
Here's Holland. Good pump fake. Gets all the way to the. And he comes away with a steal. I love that. Numbers. 3-on-2. Holland. And Holland.
So I am going to take him.
He's doing everything tonight.
Falling,
he just put his head down. You know he was getting. Calling out the play right there.
Klingon's a very safe prospect. You know he's going to be a defensive anchor.
There goes Holland.
Great play call coming out of a timeout.
And there's Ron Holland, known for his defense, in front of Jay.
You compare him with Brandon Miller and LaMelo. I mean, you got a trio of some guys that could be future stars.
Holland trying to put some moves on. Gets to his left right now.
Yeah, you definitely.
So I am going to take him. And we are going to take him, Ron Holland. I'm huge on Ron Holland. Remind you, he's 2 on my big board behind Alex Sarr. So I'm very high on him. Now we got the Blazers. I feel like Matas just fell in their lap. They could go with Cody Williams, but I feel Matas has a big upside. Cody, I mean, this is a tough one. Matas couldn't shoot in the G League Ignite, but the Ignite was kind of little. I mean, a lot of players struggled in that, so I think he was a good shooter in high school, so I think he'll get back to that level. I am going to go with him. We will run Matas just to get a little bigger body because I know Cody Williams was measured in at 6'6" with no shoes on. He does have good length, but I just think we need a guy who's more of a 3-4 than just a 3. Now we got Spurs are back up. They got Stephon Castle, and now you could go with Klingon. You could go with Dalton Connect as a scorer, or you could go with Rob Dillingham as another point guard next to Stephon Castle. And I feel like they already have Castle on the wing, Vassell on the wing, Keldon Johnson, which I don't know how long he's there for, but I think you got to go with Rob. I mean, this is an elite shot creator. An elite shot creator, I tell you. So, I mean, let's just look at just his tape for a second. I mean, this is just.
Dillingham from Reed.
This guy can
with the jump shot. He spaces the floor better than
shooting in the mid 20%, right? I mean,
what happens
Dillingham
if I have
was shooting in the mid.
Better than Fierro does on this end of the court.
Whoa, Dillingham lost his man and bams it and will push.
He's fast feet.
Got Shepard on the wing. Takes it himself.
He doesn't
Tough shot. You can just a hair further and say who's the most reliable. Because they are all talented, including Shepard. Quick drive on Washington. Out to Dillingham. Great vision. And an assist to Dillingham. Over to Shepard. And now to Wagner who drives. Dillingham, top of the key, good. 30-point game for Wade Taylor the fourth against a top 25 opponent.
Nobody can wait to get them in the tournament. You don't want to face them on your side of the bracket, but you know you got a chance because of their defensive miscue.
Shepard and Dillingham, as mentioned, that talent that John Calipari has at his disposal off the bench. Dillingham, that one will rim and float it. Dillingham's got it. He'll pull up and hit with an absolute hammer there in a blink of an eye.
For the emphatic.
I mean, he could turn into a absolute stud. I mean, I think it's not far-fetched to think that Rob Dillingham could be like a Kemba type. All right, let's check. So we will go with the Grizzlies, and Donovan Clingan falls into their lap. Good for them. They've had a rough season this year, all the injuries, and they get their center for the future to pair with their win-now team. I mean, that would, if I'm a Grizzlies fan, Clingan falling to 9, not having to move, and just getting the position and the type of guy you need, who's like win now but also young but fits the exact role you guys are missing. I mean, it's a perfect storm pretty much, I'd say. But for right now, we have the Utah Jazz on the clock. The Jazz could take anyone. I feel like they're trying to take the next step, so not go too raw. Isaiah Collier's in question. Cody Williams is one of the guys I'm thinking about. They did just take George last year, Keontae George. Let's see what they got. Yeah, so they got Keontae George, who's like more of a tweener, a 1-2. You got Sexton, who's like a 1-2. You got Jordan Clarkson, who might be gone in the future. He's one of their old guys. He's a wing. He's just a scorer. You are missing a small forward. And I don't know if they would take Connect, Cody, or they go with a guard with Isaiah Collier. I want to say, I feel like Isaiah Collier, they might take him. But I'm going to go with Cody just because he does fill a role they need. He would be good next to Laurie and Keontae George and Sexton. He doesn't need the ball. They do have another pick later on, so we'll see what they take with that pick as well. Maybe they go with a guard. So Cody Williams shot 41%, low volume, but I mean, his brother in the NBA with OKC is thriving, so maybe you go just with the bloodline. In Chicago, they're in a disaster. I don't know what they're doing. I guess they're going to finally start their rebuild. They have the only guy I see with like is Kobe White. What's he, a 1-2? He's more of like a 2, play the 1 a little. You could put anyone next to him. I would say they would go with someone with not Connect just because they need a tiny rebuild, or they just need to do a full rebuild, but I know they're not going to do that. So they could go with Collier. Let's see. On my list left, I mean, yeah. Carter, Collier, Smith, whoever you think. I think whoever you think is going to be the biggest superstar, like whoever can run the team. And I think a 1-2 punch of Kobe White and Isaiah Collier would be good. I think Jacoby Walter would be interesting. But I guess we'll just go with Collier because we know Lonzo's probably gone soon. And he's on his last year of his contract. Zach LaVine's gone. This is interesting. I guess we'll go Collier and see. All right. So now we got OKC. Jacoby Walter, perfect fit with Josh Giddey gone, subbing in at the 2. Dalton Connect, perfect fit, win now, long, lanky, can shoot the ball. Saloon as a big guy, power forward, you can throw next to Chet. I mean, there's a lot of things they could do. To Jane Saloon, very raw. Very raw. I watched some of his games for Cholet. He's got a smooth shooting stroke, but he shot in the low 30s. He's lanky and long. I mean, he's got good defense too, but he's still raw. Like body control is still a little in question. Do I have his video here? Let me see. I think I might have it right over here. Nope. We'll take Man, I think they're going to get a big guy. I think they're going to get a big guy in free agency. I really do. I think I'm going to take a 2. Because you got Carson as more of a 1. You got Shea, handles the ball. I'm going to take a 1. I'm going to take a 2. I'm going to take it definitely, yeah. We're going to go with Dalton Connect. It's just they're trying to win now. They have enough of their older pieces. I mean, they don't need any developmental anymore. They're just going to go all in. Who's ready to go, and that's Connect. And I think for the Kings, this is perfect for them. They can get Jacoby Walter young, replace Malik Monk, can play better defense than Monk. He's a very good shooter, just like Monk, shot creator, and can hit any type of shot. He's a tough shot maker. But Devin Carter's also available, and I think that with Devin Carter's defensive presence, they might take him. I know they have Davion Mitchell on his last year of his contract, I'm pretty sure. Where is he? Yeah. So he hasn't panned out. So do they go with Jacoby Walter or Devin Carter? I think I want to say Carter, but for some reason I think Jacoby Walter might fit them a little better. He has a little more size. Let's see. Let's see, Carter. This guy is
deep. Shot clock winding down. He got in, put it up on the left hand, and it went. I mean,
Tropical Smoothie Cafe newbie. Welcome to.
I'm not even gonna bother with that. I'm from Rhode Island, so I've seen him a lot. I think I'm gonna go with him. Yeah. I just think his defense and three-point shooting, and the Kings are in a situation where they don't need a year or two to develop someone. They kind of want to go now. They have all these contracts underway. The Blazers, they would take Saloon. They already got Matas, actually. But I feel like Matas can play the 3 in a jumbo lineup. And who knows what they do. So just go with both these guys. Hopefully one hits. I mean, that's an interesting pick for them. They got 2 6'10" wings, young. I mean, they're in total rebuild. They just started last year. They have a bunch of assets from the Holiday and Dame trade, and I think they're also going to move Jeremy Grant at some point in this contract. So, I mean, they're in a long rebuild. I think they might be able to do it if they hit. I mean, we'll see about Scoot. He had a rough rookie year, but his second half was much better. Shaden Sharp struggled with injuries, but he's good. I mean, we'll see. It's interesting, especially these 2 picks. They took 2 raw jumbo wings. Now the Heat, oh man. The Heat have a lot of good options. Jared McCain as shooting. Jacoby Walter as they can develop into like a 3-and-D guard. Even more than that, because I think he does have a little star potential. Just his shot creation. We could go with Kellen Ware next to Bam, Filipkowski. I mean, who do I think the Heat would go for? Oh, I kind of think Ware. He would be perfect next to Bam. But do they run Bam at the 4? That's the question. Do they want to run Bam at the 4? But with Kellen Ware's 3-point shooting, it wouldn't be that bad. Especially since they wouldn't start Ware, or they might not. You also could go with Tyler Smith. You know what? I'm going to go with Tyler Smith. Let's watch his tape.
The team just got tired of him being in the way of them scoring.
Allen gets downhill. Oh!
6'10".
Oh, baby! Tyler Smith, a body snatcher. It's short, ball tipped around, and Jenkins comes away. Buzelis on the breakout will slow it down for Ignite. Oh, throwing it up! Oh, baby! Tyler Smith plus the foul.
You see that athleticism?
Blocked there defensively by Gilder.
Tyler Smith's like a jumbo wing.
He's listed as 6'4", plays so much bigger as Smith rocking the rim there.
Now Johnson's still out there, final 4 minutes. 3 prospects and a couple of vets. Oh, Smith, look out below.
He's guarding the point guard. Moon staying in front, and he got the handle. Steal, 2-on-2, and Smith jams it home with the left.
I don't know why. Something about it. Kellen Ware
Throwing it up, Tyler Smith on somebody's head.
And then you go from there. Like, you season to the best of your ability, and then once you eat, you'll be able to enjoy it. Jesus, Tyler, great dunk. Oh, my God.
And it's a very good experience.
Let's think about it. These guys could be in college right now. Instead, they're playing against guys who play in the NBA.
We're going to go with Tyler Smith to the Heat. Very interesting. He's more of a power forward than small forward, but he could do both. He is versatile. I mean, we got the Sixers now. What are they going to do? Jared McCain. I feel like a lot of people would pair him up with Maxey as a shooter, floor spacer next to Embiid. Jacoby Walter's another option who's fallen down a little bit. Also, Filipkowski, you could get a wing. I do think they're going to take a guard, and I do think, I don't know, does the defense with Tyrese Maxey and Jared McCain, like, is that good enough? I'm going to take Walters. I know he's a little more raw, and Joel Embiid can't have guys who are raw, but he's just as ready as McCain with more upside. I'm going to take him. I feel like if I was a 76ers fan, I'd be happy with that. It's a mixture of a guy who can shoot now and he's ready to go, but also does have more upside than McCain. Now the Lakers are on the 17th pick, and Kellen Ware, if the Heat didn't take him, I think this would be perfect for the Lakers. Perfect. They need a defensive guard. There's not one available here. They could draft McCain as a young guy who can shoot threes, but they already took JHS as a point guard. Who knows how much longer he's on the team. I think Chris Paul might go there. Whatever. Let's just take Kellen Ware. This is a guy that has crazy upside that can play next to Anthony Davis. Could be a backup center. They can play together. AD go back to the 4. I mean, that's super, super intriguing fit. I think it's I wish I had his video up here because that fit is crazy. I think I do. Let's see if we can watch Kellen Ware. This guy is, I mean, you got to just watch this.
Showing up on the first page of Google might not be the best for everyone.
Averaging 16 points, 10 rebounds.
They go back down to where the double team comes. And he gets through it after getting trapped in the paint.
Double team.
Got to clear out. Get the side, clear out. Where he had the reverse instead. Where has it?
I mean, this dude, he can play.
Trying to back down. Huntley Hatfield fading away. And every time I went to watch him play, all he did was win.
Pick and pop.
Give it back. Shot.
Where 3. That's good.
What's in talk about that? For a lot of people, that's what coaching was. And by the way, when they did things like that, that actually meant that they cared.
Where's 3?
Take better care of the basketball. Too many turnovers here, even though it's November. Where on the tip left well is wide open.
This year he absolutely killed, especially on a team that struggled. He was
Dunked down, got free down the baseline.
This dude next to AD is good. I mean, he's got
to where
he's super
able to
athletic,
secure it, puts it up and in, jumps it out to Galloway for an open 3.
Renew that is where.
That's all I got to see. So now, Magic on the clock, and Jared McCain, three-point shooter, falls right into their lap. Young guy can shoot the 3, which is what Orlando needs. It's a perfect fit. We got the Raptors. What are they going to go with? They're building around Scotty Barnes. Do we take Filipkowski as the 4? I think, honestly, or do we take Messi as the center? They got Portal. He's got 3 years left. They might trade him because of his age. He's getting a little older, and they're trying to go young. But I think they're going to go Filipkowski. But that means the Cavaliers. This is interesting because if they trade Jared Allen, they could go with Messi as a backup center because they would need one. But also, if Donovan Mitchell doesn't sign, they need another guard. A shooting guard like Johnny Furphy or De Silva you can play at the 3. I'm going to say they're going to go with, this is tough. I'm going to go with Furphy. They need defense. They need shooting. Actually, I'm going to go with Keyshawn George. I think he's a step above Furphy. They're going to go with Keyshawn George. I'm high on this guy. I think he'd fit well next to Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley. Now the Pelicans, they do need a center with Valanciunas as a free agent. Deron Holmes would be very interesting, but I'm going to go with Messi just from his just rim protection and lob ability. You know, Brandon Ingram's probably gone. Who knows? You pair him next to Zion. That would be an intriguing force at the rim. And now the Suns. I saw a lot of people think Tyler Cole would go here just to, like, run the offense. I just feel like they don't have enough picks where they need to go all in to win now, but they don't have enough picks to where they can go with a guy without an insane high ceiling. I think Carrington Carlton, who does have the ball in his hand a lot and less of a playmaker than Tyler, has such more of an upside, especially if they move on from Beal at some point. I know he has no trade clause, but just I think that might be the pick. Or do I take Tyler because they do need, or do I trade? Who needs a guy that's available? I mean, Silva's still available. What teams are next? The Bucks. You know what? I'm just gonna stick and pick. We'll just take. I feel like we're gonna take Carrington just because. Yeah, we'll take him for now. That's a hard one. The Suns are really hard. I feel like Tyler is a good fit for them, but I just feel like 22 is of reach. But, I mean, they're in a bad situation. I think Portland could use Johnny Furphy or Kevin McCullar Jr. They need defense. Who do they want to go with? McCullar's older, senior, more ready to win now. Chris Middleton's getting older. They still have Dame, and they might bring back Beasley. Andre Jackson's going to be a defensive guy on the wing. Honestly, I'm going to take Furphy. I know there's a great chance McCullar goes here. Great chance. But I just think he did shoot well this last year. He's a great defender. I just think they need more of a 2. He's more of a 2-3. Do I go? Wait, hold up. I'm going to talk myself out of this. You know what? I'm going to talk myself out of this. They got Dame and Giannis. They're going to win now. They're going to get McCullar. Furphy's still raw. But the Knicks, I mean, De Silva would be real good on them. And Johnny, they got 2 picks. I think I'm going to take De Silva. He could play right away for a team, especially if they lose Bogdan or trade him or move him on. And I do think their other pick is going to be... Wait, hold up. Let me undo this. The Bucks, I'm going to take Deron Holmes. Because they have Porter and Lopez, but they need another big. They also got the 33rd pick, which I'm just realizing where they can get a guard defender, I think. I didn't even think about that. Because they can easily, with that other pick, take like one of these guys from France. You can take maybe Tyler if he falls there, if you need another point guard next to Dame. But you can take a bunch of other guys like Cam Christie. You could take at 33. I think that'd be a perfect fit. Ryan Dunn, if he falls to the second round. You got guys that you can defend. So I'm going to take him. And then the Knicks are still going to take De Silva. Or, no, now they're going to take McCullar. But they're also going to take... Furphy or De Silva? I'll say De Silva. They might trade these picks. Who knows? And now the Wizards. They still need a center. Do they take Edey? That would be interesting. But I'm not going to take him. I'm going to take Furphy. They love length. This is where I'm going to take Tyler Kolek. We got a few picks left. And, Furphy would have been nice here. I think, let's see, who do they need? They need a shooter. Pacom Dadet, perfect developmental piece. Maybe he could take KCP's role in the future. Now we got the Jazz. There's only, 2 picks left? So the Jazz took Cody. They could go with any position realistically because they got everyone filled. Mostly a guard would be better. Yeah, Terrence Shannon looks pretty good. Ryan Dunn. Jalen Taysom, very good. A little older. You know what? Is Shannon going to fall to the second with his legal issues? We're going to take... Who do I go with? All right, we'll take Taysom. Just because Shannon has legal issues and he balled out this year. And then Ryan Dunn to the Celtics. Elite defender. Offense is struggling, but elite defender. Surrounded by a bunch of other great offensive guys. If he can develop, man, just enough to be respectable. Here's our first round of the draft. The obviously Rockets get Mikal Bridges. And there it is. Got a little dicey at the end. I don't know what the Knicks are going to do with those picks. I don't know if the Suns are going to take Carlton Carrington. But these last few seem about right. I don't know if there's going to be Shannon or Jalen Taysom. Not similar players, but similar type